to the March movie previews.
Dude, it's April.
What are you talking about? Red Riding Hood, Take Me Home Tonight? It's March.
No, look closer. Those are Hoodwinked 2 and Disney's Prom.
Fuck me.
Paul Walker and Vin Diesel are back in the 5th film of the popular Fast and Furious franchise. This time, Brian and Dom find themselves in Rio de Janeiro, where we learned last week, birds go to fuck. They must pull off one last heist, with Dwayne Johnson breathing down their thick necks as a federal agent. The pacifier and the tooth fairy kicking ass. That's what I'm talking about.
The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, and the shrinking titles would lead me to believe that the 6th film in this series would be called Faster.
Dwayne Johnson has donned a goatee for this film, which means one of two things. One, he's the bad guy, or two, there are simply a lot of hulking bald dudes in this movie, and he wanted to differentiate himself.
They'll have to get the old team back together. Red.
Man, I must be hallucinating because it looks like the cast of Red just got animated.
We're getting the band back together.
Fulfilling its obligation as an animated film, naturally there are about 1,000 celebrity voices in this movie, and you'd be hard-pressed really to recognize any of them, except for Patrick Warburton.
Who names their kids Hansel and Gretel?
That's right. Family Guy, Space Chimps, B-Movie, Happily Never After, Open Season, The Wild, Home on the Range, The Emperor's New Groove. Patrick Warburton does so much voiceover, we are sad to report that now his body has eliminated all unnecessary organs, and he is more or less just a Futurama-esque disembodied head.
Seriously, Thor isn't out yet?
Not yet. A title alone can make or break a film. When I saw the word prom, I was a little worried this might be a scary movie like Insidious or Scream or one of those Tyler Perry films. But then when I saw it was Disney's Prom, it started to conjure all sorts of wonderful things, and my fears and worries just disappeared as I thought of a fairyland utopia. All the Disney characters are going to prom. How great is that gonna be? The Disney prom will totally be at the Magic Kingdom with decorations and all the woodland creatures, dresses sewn by mice and birds, and of course Donald will be asking Daisy to go, and Mickey and Minnie would be king and queen. Although I think Goofy's a little too old to be in high school.
Alright, first, you mistake this movie for a movie that came out last month. And now you seem adamant to not know what it's about, because that was totally wrong.
Well, don't destroy my Inception dream world, okay? I am the architect of this place, where Disney's Prom never comes out.
You know, actually, I take issue with this film, too. Because I know what Disney is doing. Slapping Disney's at the front of their title seems to be a vote of no confidence. I mean, look at the movies that begin this way. Disney's The Kid. Disney's Recess. And Disney's Teacher's Pet, again with the double possessives. Looks like the word Disney's is just assigned to a title that may not otherwise find an audience. You know, if it's a big prestige project that's a surefire home run, then it's Walt Disney Pictures presents The Lion King, or Walt Disney Pictures presents Remember the Titans. Walt Disney Pictures does not present Prom.
I see what this is about. In Disney's Prom, several intersecting stories unfold at a high school as the big dance approaches. The tone of Prom is said to be similar to the types of teen comedies helmed by John Hughes or Cameron Crowe. Of course that's what's said. Why wouldn't that be sad? They're the masters. But Disney has a way of dragging down the likes of 16 Candles to Hannah Montana.
Movies like this rise and fall on their nerds. But mainly the film looks like a bunch of inconvenient stuff happening to photogenic people. At this point in April, though, I see a bunch of kids running around. Why isn't Medea slapping the shit out of them?